as you see it, I had just finished cutting the holes, and like I said, you know, don't cut at the line, but just a little below, or just a bit aside of the line, and then the speaker should fit sort of snug on there, and then that's where we could screw them on. And then using the parts that the speakers came with, these screws, and then that's where you could find where to drill the holes, or I'll find out. And use the screws that the speaker came with. So, if you have a hard time getting these things like to stay together, you could find a washer, and then you could put this one on. Or you can use some other screw sets, you know, some good ones. But the bigger the washer is, the better, because it covers it more. Yeah. Well, I need to drill a hole here, right here. Well, I got one in there. I got one in there pretty decently okay. But you know what? I really recommend using another type of screw set. You know, screw washer and bolt set is really recommended. Using a good set for that, because these suck. You know, the ones that came with the speakers, they suck. You know, the kinds I recommend would be types. It's something like this, you know, types with something like this, with a big washer and a special nut that fits this. These are the types that I really recommend, or even like even this kind too, you know, the ones that use a bolt instead of these cheap kind of, you know, fasteners. Instead of these are the ones that the speaker set came with, and they suck. I don't like them. But for right now, I'm using them because that's all I got. I just finished hooking up these speakers. You know, like hooking it up. Like, see, some type of washers I had to sacrifice. You know, these things I really didn't want to have to use because they're for like the house, you know, like the mini blinds for the house. But I needed to pull out some of those washers, and see, like this one has a washer. Well, anyway, they seem in there nice now. Seems nice in there. Now the next thing I'm probably gonna need to do is I'm gonna have to widen up the holes. I'll have to widen them up. I need to get the jigsaw and widen up the speaker hole so it could fit in there. Well, I had just finished putting them on. I just finished putting the seat and everything. So now I'm trying out the speakers on the back. But you gotta make sure that the wires are hooked up properly, like the negative and the positive connecting, because they cannot be reversed on each other, because it's not gonna sound good. Yeah, these speakers, they sound much better. Yeah, they sound a lot better than the other ones that I had. Yeah, they sound a lot better than these other speakers that I used to have. It's these that I had previously, but these sounded real crappy. You know, they have no quality. The sound is like, the sound has no quality at all. None whatsoever. But, you know, the stereo is not even the greatest in this car either. It's just the basic stereo. It's like a aftermarket brand stereo. It's 16 watts per channel. But even for a 16 watts per channel, it sounds pretty good. And I would imagine if I put a good stereo in there, it would sound real good. I should probably put this stereo in my car. I should probably put that one. I was planning on putting it in the van, but I'll see. Well, I was actually planning on getting another car though, really. A Mitsubishi Eclipse in the early 2000s. I can get one for about $4,000.